Alright, part 2 of chapter 8. So, what you want to do is, you want to come down here. If you're quick enough, you can do a jumping melee attack on this guy in the bushes. Then you want to strangle this dude. And if you're quick enough, you can come over here, grab the silenced pistol. No one should see you. You want to go through this, go into cover here, wait for this guy to turn around, and then pop him in the head. And then if you're quick enough, you can catch that guy on top of that train car. Someone's gonna see him because one of the snipers up above will see him. But it should work out where, because of that, this heavy shotgun should just like be looking in that direction, and not really knowing what's going on. I believe I wait for the rocket guy to show up because I want to headshot him just so I don't have to worry about him putting a rocket in my back at some point. But what you want to do is you want to run over to that ammo box, and you want to get the C4 charge that's in there, because Chloe and I think Nadine and Sam at some point say like we need to look for like rockets or C4 to take out the helicopter. And if you can get lucky, you can take out the rocket guy without setting everyone off. I kind of got lucky there because he was right in front of that sniper and he didn't like do anything. So, but you want to come around here. You want to be aware of where the helicopter is, because you don't want to go between grass and then him seeing you. But you want to wait for him to show up in this area. Wait for him to hover over the train car, and then you want to climb up on the train car and you want to plant the C4 on the underside of the helicopter. And then you want to jump back into the grass. Eventually, once he flies away, blow the C4 charge. But wait for him to still continue on his route. Now, when you are picking this lockbox, you want to be looking behind you, because between these two train cars, I've had an enemy come towards me and put me in a very shitty spot where I'm trying to run away from the enemies and also the helicopter all at the same time. So just be aware that between those two train cars you may have an enemy show up, and you might get kind of boned on the stealth. So I had that happen I think like 2 times, and both times I just restarted the checkpoint because I wasn't happy about it. But for the most part, he usually, like, no one will show up there. But again, we're letting him go through his normal route, and you want to make your way to the train car in front of me, because you want to open the lockbox that's in there and get the rockets, or get the rocket that's in there. Now, this part, unlike the APC fight, these boxes don't stay open between checkpoint restarts. So every time if you fuck up and you die or you restart a checkpoint, you have to repick all these boxes. It makes it a little bit more challenging, but because there's so much cover, it's not really too much of a hassle. But once you get the 2 rockets, you want to make your way all the way back over here, because this is gonna be basically the fallback point. You want to be as close to the close to the wall as you can, and then throw a rocket at it, and then immediately jump in the water and go into this train car, because the enemies just don't know what to do to find you. So because we planned the C4 charge, we only need 2 rockets to put the helicopter into the state where we can grapple onto it. Once things kinda quiet down, I ended up having to go over here because for some reason the enemies apparently kind of aware that I was in that area. But once things calm down and you like at this point I'm trying to figure out where the helicopter is because I completely lost sight of it, and I saw this enemy was like right here, so I decided to take him out so I didn't have to worry about him being a dick and shooting me. But at this point I believe the helicopter is like above me, or it's in like somewhat the location I'm in. And then you want to put the 3rd rocket in, jump back into the water, wait for things to cool down. And I think because the helicopter was over on this side where he hovers, he kind of hovers like pretty close to where I am now. So when you need to grapple onto it, he'll be like right above you. I go after this enemy just because I didn't want to risk, because I knew how close he was, I didn't want to risk him like shooting me in the back, since all the other enemies that I'm be like in front of are like kind of like at my side. So, and I also wanted to switch out my gun, but I misremembered that when you go into chapter 9 you have a completely different weapon with you, because during the cutscene Chloe picks up I forget what the hell, it's like a Cadden something weapon. She kind of picks it up like during the cutscene, and that's the weapon that you take with you. It's a golden weapon, so it's actually pretty good. But I also come over here because I'm looking for like a pistol, because I can't remember if you have a pistol going into chapter 9. But you just want to jump up here, grapple onto the helicopter, and if you should die you have a checkpoint here, but I didn't have to worry about it. You want to counter Orca, punch the shit out of him, and then that's pretty much it for chapter 8.